Brothers, this is an extremely difficult topic for me to cover and remain composed, because this topic gets me very, very angry. There was a guy that was in the OTK circle named Rich Campbell. It's not a guy that I was intimately familiar with. In fact, I've never talked to the guy. He's never talked to me. He wouldn't know me from Adam. But I followed what happened to him. And this guy was Me Too'd. Pure and simple. There was a lot of questions and, speculation. Like, nothing really seemed to add up all that much. But that didn't stop OTK and Asmongold from absolutely burying this guy and going beyond just saying, hey guys, I can't really talk about this. There's ongoing litigation. Please don't go and harass the women. Please don't go and, send them DMs saying, I don't think that he did it. I think you're lying. He went beyond that. He actually said, Asmongold did, that he would ban anyone in his chat who supported Rich Campbell. Anyone who supported Rich Campbell would be banned from Asmongold's chat and anyone associated with OTK. So this person wasn't even allowed to mount a defense in the court of public opinion, which is the start and end of this entire situation. Because today, the case against Rich Campbell, poof, gone. The woman who accused him said, oh, you know what, I'm just done with this. She wasn't getting the attention she wanted anymore. It wasn't fun, it wasn't spicy, it wasn't sassy. And honestly, his career has taken a massive hit because no one will even talk about him. No one can even mention him without getting banned. How fucking disgusting. And you know what? Let me just say something. I like Asmongold. I like his content. There are a bunch of different takes that I think he's right about. And Asmongold will be the first to tell you, guys, I'm right. I'm right about everything. I'm right about everything. You are right about a lot of small stuff, but on the big stuff, Asmon, you shit the bed all the time. And the fact is that in this case, you allowed this culture of cancellation and destruction of men to bury a person who you called the friend. You allowed this vicious whore, this lying, disgusting, cum-guzzling bimbo to destroy this guy. His career, his reputation, his life. And the least you could do, I understand ongoing litigation, I understand that. But the least you could do is throw this guy a bone today and say, guys, if you want to support Rich, I'm not going to ban you in chat, all right? Because you made a statement to that effect at the time, that you would ban people for supporting this guy. And I can only imagine myself in that position. I've been falsely accused. All of my friends have turned their back on me. All of my friends want nothing to do with me. I can't collab with anyone. We can't go on stream together. I'm being canceled across the board. And no one, not even my diehard fans, can go into the chat of people that can spread the word about my innocence. They're banned on site across multiple different streamers' platforms. I can only imagine the isolation, the loneliness, the pain of that, of being completely alone and watching people that you trusted accuse you of being a fucking rapist. My heart breaks for this guy. I don't even know him. And the thing is, if your friend does something wrong, I think holding them accountable is not just good, it's imperative. A true friend will call you out for your shit. And Asmon, I'm calling you out for your shit. You owe this guy at least some form of olive branch. I'm not saying that you go on and talk about the whole thing, but maybe just throwing him some sort of lifeline. Maybe throwing him some olive branch. Just a crumb Because what you did to him and what you took from him, I can only imagine the pain of it. Now, again, I don't know this guy personally, but I'm putting myself in that position. I'm trying to imagine what it would be like to sit there and watch somebody that I considered to be a friend, somebody that I was in this org with, someone I was in this group with, to sit there and watch them say, guys, we stand with the girls that are accusing him, and also at the same time, if you mention your support for this person, you are banned. Anyway, let's watch this clip, and then I have more to say on this.
I want to just reiterate one more time, is that if you go and you are messaging these girls, trying to cast aspersions, cast a shadow of doubt, and make them feel bad for coming forward with what their story is, you are not our fan. You're not my fan. You're not doing us any favors. You're not on our team. You're not helping us. You're not helping anyone. Do not do that. If I see people doing that in my chat, I will ban them.
Yeah, I'll ban them. Oh.
I think everybody should do the same.
Everyone should do the same. So, if people look at the evidence at the time and they say, you know what, I don't believe these women. I want to stick up for this guy that I think is being mistreated. You're banned. You're banned from Asmongold. You're banned from all of OTK. I'm trying to maintain my composure because I don't want to lose it, all right? I don't want to go off on Asmongold here because it's not his fault. I understand. You could tell by his facial expression he doesn't want to be here doing this. Of course not. He's probably thinking about it from the perspective of a leader. He's probably thinking about it like, okay, I got to deal with this. I've got this entire organization. I've got sponsors. I've got all these people. I've got to think about everyone else first. And this is the path to get this done the easiest. But man, what a toll. You took this man's dignity. I mean, you can't even defend him in chat. You can't even point out that some of these girls are liars because at the time, Asmongold was part of that bullshit Me Too hysteria, which was, well, they're telling their story. Well, fuck their story. Women are notorious manipulators and liars. This is something that everyone knows. And the fact of the matter is, you look at what women popularize, you look at the literature, you look at the media, Morning Glory milking for 50 Shades of Grey, like all of this shit. You have to understand female nature. You cannot just blindly go in with this believe all women bullshit. It is nuts. There are amazing, honest, trustworthy, upright women that do deserve to be believed, but there is an inordinate amount of women, especially who's a fucking whore, that do not deserve to be believed at all. I know that may not sit right with some people, but holy shit. You have a woman that comes out and says, I was raped and she's a fucking whore. That's going to require a little bit more evidence, but that wasn't the way that it was. You could be a prostitute, and if you came out with some kind of teary-eyed story, everyone would drop everything and just say you're guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty. Now, this woman thinks, you know what, I can just drop this lawsuit and act like nothing happened. This woman that accused him is out there spurging about Trump and doing Trump deranged posts. And it honestly makes me sick. Because that video from Asmongold, it's not unique. How many people lost their reputation and their career off of that type of behavior? And look at the callous, I have decided to dismiss my lawsuit against Rich Campbell. No payment was offered by either of us to the other. I wanted to thank everyone for their support over this difficult period, and I wish him well in his future endeavors. I wish him well in his future endeavors. If this guy, Rich, were a rapist, if he were some kind of creep that had been macking on this girl, do you think that she would wish him well in her future in his future endeavors? No. This woman is a liar, and honestly, she should go to jail for a very long time. That is the middle ground, by the way. That is the middle ground. But we sit here, and this woman got away with ruining this man's career at its peak. As this guy was making a ton of money, and this guy was getting more and more popular, this woman came in just like that. Took him out. His own friends refused to have his back. That's the part that absolutely kills me. This guy's career and reputation was over, and from the look of it, no one had his back. Now, maybe behind the scenes, maybe he had some support. Maybe, I don't understand the full picture that Asmongold was talking to him, but you know what? I don't care. Because this was a battle, a fight in the court of public opinion, and this guy was thrown under the bus, as a lot of men were. It reminds me of the Johnny Depp situation, where initially it was Johnny Depp is a pervert, Disney cancels him, just banishes him from Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, we're going to remake Pirates of the Caribbean with Margot Robbie. Yeah, how'd that go? How'd that go? We don't... they want Johnny Depp back. Because Johnny Depp was Pirates of the Caribbean, and they were too stupid and arrogant to realize it. But if it turns out that Johnny Depp didn't abuse Amber Heard abused him. Amber Heard was an abusive, manipulative scumbag, but you couldn't say that at the time. No, you had to listen and believe women. Now this woman says, I've decided to dismiss my lawsuit, and what? Business as usual? You just go on? You're just allowed to exist after doing that? No. You should be in jail. How are you not in jail? How are you not made to be punished for this? That's what absolutely breaks me. That's what absolutely fucking breaks me. Let's take a look at some of the quote tweets. You still have posts up claiming you were raped by Campbell. Now you are saying you wish him the best 2 years later. You deserve to be taken to court and ordered to pay damages. Outrageous damages. Outrageous damages. Women who make false rape accusations deserve jail time. Yeah, true. You may have dropped your lawsuit, but there are maybe one coming in your future. Slander and defamation by publicly claiming he's a rapist, then trying to shulk away after dropping your lawsuit. Bro was crucified while peaking in his career. For it to end with, I wish him well in his future endeavors. Rich Campbell, come back. The scene needs you. Vapid factory-produced e-thought ruins a man's career forever. Turns out it was a giant nothing burger, and then wishes her alleged rapist well 3 to 4 years later. Listen, my fury and my anger at Asmongold and OTK for stabbing this man in the back is tempered by the fact that Asmongold probably was in an impossible situation, and for the sake of the organ stuff, I can rationalize it, but it doesn't actually make it any less disgusting. That you immediately believe this woman? Why? Why would you immediately believe a woman over your friend who tells you he didn't do it? And you're going to bury this man? Oh, man, it's fucking disgusting. It's so wrong. It's so fucking wrong. Asmon, how... Look. I don't know this guy. I've said it before, I don't know this guy. I don't know him from Adam. He wouldn't know me from Adam. I don't know. But his story is the story of hundreds of thousands of other guys that are falsely accused. Everyone immediately believes the woman, and that guy is left to rot. Now, according to other people, his career was taking off. He was making more and more money. Do you really think he's going to be able to just come back? Just everything's fine? No, there's going to be that dark cloud. And he's not going to be able to collab with people anymore. Maybe Asmongold could have him on, but he's suing Asmongold and he's suing OTK, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't know if he's still suing Asmongold because Asmongold stepped down as the head of OTK. I don't think Asmongold is even part of OTK anymore. But the fact is that Asmongold helped facilitate this guy's career destruction. He did. Now, again, he could have helped him behind the scenes with certain things. I don't know. But a public statement like that guys, we stand with the girls who accused him. Guys, we stand with the girls who accused him. Guys, we stand with the girls who accused him. And anyone who comes in my chat and says that they don't think that he did it or think that he's innocent, I'm going to ban you. Man. Ladies and gentlemen, I've done my best to maintain my composure in this video. It hasn't been easy. This is a very, very touchy topic for me. I've had family members that have gone through this. And I am continuously outraged by the people that put themselves first. That betray somebody when there's no evidence. It's an allegation. Well, an allegation must be the same as the truth. Let's ruin somebody's life over that. And this is 2022 Asmongold. This is Me Too era. This is Me Too era. Shameful. Anyway, I hope that this guy, Rich Campbell, comes back. I hope that Rich Campbell can start rebuilding what he lost. And I do hope that he comes back bigger and better than ever. I hope that people like Tectone and others help him help catapult him back into the spotlight. Anyone who can help, because what happened to this guy is fucking disgusting. And by the way, unlike Asmon, I do support the bullying and harassment of the woman who accused him, because she's not going to go to jail. Let's be honest. So she should not be able to spend another day of her life without being reminded of what a piece of shit she is on the internet. Everywhere she goes, she should be reminded that she's a fucking whore and tried to ruin a man, try to ruin his life. Most guys in that situation, when all their friends turn on them, maybe even their own family turns on them, they're in a position like that, some people would kill themselves. Do you think this woman would care one iota? You need to make sure this woman regrets what she did for the rest of her fucking life. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.